Hi all, welcome back to my lecture series. This is Muthuminal, our Assistant Professor from the Department of Agriculture Engineering, and today we'll see the continuity of previous topic sensors that comes under the topic types of sensors under the unit sensors and their application under the subject automation techniques in agriculture engineering for the students of second year fourth semester. What we have seen in the previous class are we have seen what are the techniques involved in processing the food and also what are the alternate sources available like thermochemical system and biochemical conversion system for converting the alternate source of biomass, and also the solar energy which involves the techniques like converting the solar energy with the help of active and passive solars. Also, we have seen what is a sensor and what does this device do. Today, we'll see what are the kinds of sensors or the sensors that are usually utilized at the agricultural industry. The agriculture sensors, if we gonna say that agriculture sensors, these sensors has to do something which we do manually. Okay, so usually what we'll do, the cultivation of a crop depends upon certain properties and characteristics that is necessary to provide a qualitative and quantitative method. Okay, so this could be adopted if I consider over these kinds of conditions. For instance, if a crop has to have a very good yield along with its quality, it has to be dependent upon the temperature or the humidity that is available and how much sunlight is available, what is the moisture level that is available, and what is the nutrients that are available. So these are some kinds that is necessary for to ensure the proper development or proper growth of a crop. And if the crop has a very limited availability of these kinds of sources, what happens? The yield that has been produced will be lesser, and the quality of the yield that has been produced initially will be poor while compared to that of the previous batch. That means at one piece of land, what we do, if we are going to cultivate a carrot, I'll obviously go and cultivate the carrot after plowing it and tilling it, and after putting a fertilizer and a pesticide. Okay, and after the growth, what I'll do, I'll harvest it and I'll store it somewhere. And then what I have to do, I have to plow it again or till it again so that I can mix the nutrients available at the top layer and ensure that the nutrients are spread equally. If that's the case, whether I'll go for the same crop to yield again? No, that is not possible because the nutrients that is available initially would be utilized by the carrot which has been used as a first batch. What I have to do, I have to go for the other method, that is crop rotation, or else what I have to do, I have to go for utilizing a fertilizer which will make me to increase the nutrients that is available at that particular batch of field, and then I have to start my procedure. So if that's the case, how will I know? I have to go directly, I have to do certain manual work so that I can sense those kinds of data. So in order to avoid these kinds of difficulties which we face in the near future, we have been trying to utilize these kinds of sensors so that the data will be intimated by us, to us by the sensors, so that we can avoid a very drastic and bigger problem which is going to come up after the yield. So this, when a batch is yielded, it will, after that only I'll know whether that batch of crop or that batch of fruit or vegetable that has been cultivated is in very good quality or in poor quality. So that means that my work will go on vain. What I have to do then, I have to know and I have to ensure that at the future I must not get affected by these kinds of cultivated crops. So I have to make sure that every nutrient and every method has been done properly so that the crop yield and the quality has to be in an enhanced manner. So my main aim is to, I can't go everywhere inch by inch to manually verify what is the condition over there. So what happens in the sense, in order to avoid the defame or reduction in the quality, I can go in for utilizing a sensor which can directly sense the data that is available at the soil and which will be intimate me so that I can enhance my crop yield or production. So this is why we need an automation technique in agriculture industry which will reduce me the manual labors. So here I have listed you a minimal number of sensors which will be helpful for you to give away a very good batch of crop. So for instance, I have given you a soil moisture sensor. What does it do in the sense? It senses the moisture level that is available in the soil, so that if the moisture level is lesser than that of the necessary moisture, then what happens, it will intimate me so that I can water the field or irrigate the field. So irrigation is main responsibility or the main thing which I have to take care of while growing a crop. And if the water level goes higher, what happens? The crop will get spoiled off. And if the water level is dried off, what happens? The crop is again will get wilted off. So I have to maintain a correct level of resources that is available. So if that's the case, I can go in for these kinds of sensors which will help me to reduce the manual work and waiting of time, where I can avoid the future drastic scenarios. So this is why the agriculture sensors plays a major role, and this is the booming condition where we can utilize several sensors and make ourselves available for the farmers to make them in a very good shape. So these are the things which I have prepared for today's class. See you at the next class with a brief detailed description upon these kinds of sensors and why do we have to use them and what will be the condition or scenario which will happen if we use these kinds of sensors at our field. Okay, thank you.